Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the final porch gathering of the month as we get ready to go into a new month. I do want to welcome all of those that are coming on Facebook Live, those that are coming on in Clubhouse, Crusaders Church members, Impact University members. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this edition of the porch. Today we're going to talk about mid-year adjustments. We're coming to the middle of the year, and what adjustments do you need to make in this season as you go into the second half of 2023? That's going to be our subject today. So please, as you come on, share the broadcast, especially those on Facebook Live. If you'll share the broadcast, put it on your page. We'll get more people involved in this broadcast. And of course, if you're in Clubhouse, go down to the bottom of the app and hit the share button and share it as well. And again, thank you so much for being a part of today's broadcast. I've been preaching and teaching on new things. And so we're going to believe God for new things as we go into a new month. And we've already made some decrees this morning for the month of July in our decree room on Clubhouse. It was a great decree room. Just decreeing that July will be a blessed month from beginning to end, and all the things we're believing God for in the seventh month. That's a number of completion, a number of perfection. Well, we've completed 6 months, half the year. And I'm going to talk about that again today. Before I do want to remind those that are watching, Crusaders Church members, I'll be in service with you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Saturday edition, 2 p.m. 3821 South Michigan. At 2 p.m., and of course, Kathy Summers Kelly and the ASAP band, and I will be ministering the word of the Lord. Also, don't forget July 6th and 7th, which is next week, we'll be doing our 2-day webinar called The Spirit Exposing and Destroying the Spirit of Jezebel. We're going to be talking about Jezebel, how it operates, how this spirit manifests in individuals, churches, regions, nations. And you can register for that as well. It is by registration. So looking forward to doing that. Myself and Rodrigo Luna will be teaching on the subject of Jezebel. That's our next webinar coming out. Now, this is different from the other webinar series that we're doing, which is exposing false ministry. So if you've already registered for that, we're going to let you know when we're doing the next one. And that will be, of course, if you register for the first one, you'll get the next two automatically. So it's different. This is Impact University. The other one is John Eckhardt Global. I don't want to make it confusing, but we're doing quite a bit with these webinars. So feel free to join and become a part of that. That information should be put up. The advertisement is on my Facebook Live page as well. Also, many people have been sowing this morning for the beginning of the month, the seventh month, and sowing a seed of $27. And I want to encourage you with that's the number 7 is in that number 27. And I want to encourage you to sow your seed today and to give in the offering by going to the giving addresses at Cash App JE Global and PayPal at paypal.me/Apostle JE the number 1. Or you can give through Zelle at ECKHJOHN@gmail.com. And as many as possible, sow a seed for the month. My monthly partners, those who sow every month, support this ministry and what we're doing. I decree over your life new things: favor, grace, blessing, prosperity, abundance, multiplication, breakthrough, quantum release as you sow that seed. And even as the number 7 is a number of fulfillment and perfection, that God will perfect that which concerns you, that you're coming into some areas of completion for your business, your ministry, your career, whatever you're believing God, that there'll be fulfillment. So sow that seed today for the month of July if you can. It's not a large seed. It's pretty reasonable, and many are already doing it. We usually don't do it in the early rooms, but I usually ask people to sow in this particular time, the porch. So do that, $27, and go to Cash App JE Global, PayPal at paypal.me/Apostle JE the number 1. And I do decree Isaiah 42:9 that the former things have come to pass, and new things, God says, do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. So God is the God of a new thing. We talked about that in Isaiah 65, 17 and 18, where it says, behold, I create a new heavens and a new earth. Rejoice and be glad in that which I create. For I create Jerusalem a rejoicing and her people a joy. And if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. God has given us a new covenant, a new wineskin, new wine, a new commandment. We're a new man in Christ. We put on the new man. So the scripture is full of new things under this new covenant age that we live in. It is an age of the new. The old has passed away. All things have become new. And I believe that no matter how much you've had trouble financially, and that doesn't mean that everyone has. I'm not assuming that everyone has, but there may be some who have the former things, those things. Remember not the things of old. Don't consider the things of old, for behold, I will do a new thing. So don't consider any of the weeping, the crying, the frustration. Begin to believe God for something new to happen in your life, financially, in your business, your ministry, your accounts, and believe that as we come into this new month, that it's a new season for you. Begin to decree that, begin to believe it. Proverbs 10:33, Proverbs 13:33, Deuteronomy 1:11, Isaiah 48:17, Isaiah 54:3, Ephesians 3:20, Philippians 4:19, Job 28:1, Habakkuk 1:5, Haggai 1:6, Ephesians 3:20 again. God is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that you ask or think. Isaiah 65:17 and 18. Believe God for these new things. Believe God it's a new season. Believe God it's a new season. Psalms 81:3. Blow the trumpet in the new moon. A new season. The new moon represents a new season. I talked about that yesterday. And just believe God is, even if things are not going bad, still believe for a new level, new breakthroughs, new power, new demonstration, new release of God's power, new grace, new favor. I decree that over those that are sowing this seed for the new month and the new season as we move into the month of July. I pray for you. I bless you. I speak over you. And I decree favor, grace, blessing, multiplication. Psalms 115. Let you increase more and more, you and your children. Psalm 66:14. You're coming into a wealthy place. Psalms 102:3. 112:3. I'm sorry, 112:3. Wealth and riches in your house. Yes, Psalms 23. Let your head be anointed with oil. Let your cup run over. Psalms 1. Let everything you do prosper. Let you be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that will bring forth your fruit in your season. Let it be a new season of fruitfulness, abundance, favor, grace, blessing, and prosperity upon your life in Jesus' name. So you can sow anytime during the broadcast. Just go to the giving addresses in Clubhouse. Click on the business card. You see the giving addresses. And on Facebook Live, just go to the top. You see the giving addresses. And let's believe God. You know, I'm always excited about a new season, a new year, a new month. It's amazing that at the beginning of the year, the whole world gets excited about a new year. There are New Year celebrations in every major city across the globe, beginning in Australia, coming all across through Europe, through America, from New York all the way to California, to Hawaii, the Caribbean, Canada. All the people celebrate a new year because it's always renewed hope. You made it to another year. There's something about new things that excite us, even a new year. And so many of us, we get excited. We make faith decrees concerning the new year and believe God that 2023 will be a blessed year and that we'll move in new things. And it's always exciting. Now, here we are at the midpoint. And if you're on Facebook Live, you can also give through the stars, which is next to the heart and like button. Thank you for those that are sowing through the stars. We're at the midpoint. June 30th, July 1st is the midpoint of the year. We're halfway through the year. 6 months are now behind us, and we have 6 months remaining. before we go into a new year. And sometimes it seems like these months, they go by so quickly. These years go by so quickly. And sometimes during the year, when you get to the midpoint, I did a message years ago on the importance of the middle. Sometimes we start off strong. We want to finish strong. But sometimes you find out that it's in the middle that people become discouraged. They become frustrated, whether it's in the middle of a storm, the middle of a crisis, the middle of a challenge. Sometimes in the middle, things look dark. You can't see your way forward. And so I said the middle is a very important time. If you have a race, you have the beginning of the race, then you have the middle of the race, then you have the end of the race. Some people are quick starters. Some people catch up more towards the middle. Some people are strong finishers as you come to the end of a race. And so the middle is very important. It's important to operate in the middle, have strong adjustments. Think of this, halftime in a game. There's a halftime, especially in basketball or football. And you play the first half, and then in the middle of the game, in the middle, you take a break, and they go into the locker room, and the result is that they make adjustments. Maybe things are not going well in the first half. Maybe they're behind. Maybe they're losing. And so they make some adjustments. They make some defensive adjustments. They make some adjustments in their game plan. And then they come out in the second half and they made the adjustments. They've seen some things in the first half that the other team was exploiting or taking advantage of. So they make some adjustments in their defense or their offensive plan and what they're planning on doing. And as a result, when they come out in the second half, they're able to have a better half than the first half. And so sometimes you do need to make adjustments in the middle. And many times teams are behind in the first half. They have to catch up and make a comeback in the second half. But the halftime adjustment is very important. And the best coaches are the ones that know how to make adjustments at halftime. They're the best coaches. And so you can have a bad first half. You can even have a good first half and still make some adjustments because the other team is going to make adjustments. And you want to finish the game a winner. Well, the same thing applies, I believe, in the year. As we come to the middle of the year, I want you to take inventory of where you are this year. Now, maybe there's something you plan to be further along in your business, your ministry, your career, your finances, whatever by this time, and things have not gone quite the way you want to, because sometimes unexpected things happen in life and things happen that we don't expect. And so by the time we get to the middle of the year, we're sometimes we're ahead. Sometimes we're further along than we thought we'd be. That's a great place to be, that you're further along. Sometimes you're not where you want to be. And you're saying, my God, the year is already half over. And the year is going so quickly. And I don't want this year to go past without seeing some goals fulfilled, some plans fulfilled in my life. And so now is a good time to make a mid-year adjustment. What areas of your life do you need to make adjustments in? Because sometimes if you don't make a change, nothing will change. You just can't go on and hope something happens without making some changes. Do you need to change your schedule? Are there some things you need to lay aside and focus on some other things that are more important? Do you need to rearrange your priorities? Do you need to deal with relationships? Do you need to deal with projects that are failures and wasting your time and taking all your time and sucking your time? Do you need to deal with people that are draining you and sucking all your time and taking all your energy and you're getting nothing out of the relationship? Do you need to develop some new relationships or go in a new direction? Are there some things you need to finish and let go of, or some things you need to add? Are there some prayers you need to pray that you've not been praying? Is there some fasting you need to do? Is there, even when it comes to your church schedule, are there some things you need to readjust in hearing the word and focusing? What adjustments do I need to make at the end of the year in order for the next 6 years? Oh my God, the next 6 months of the year to be prosperous, successful, and for us to break through in the closing 6 months of the year. In other words, what is the second half going to look like? And often the second half will be determined by what you do in the middle, in the mid part of the year, by the adjustments that you make. If you make the proper adjustments, you'll see things change and shift, even if you're ahead. How do I keep my momentum? Maybe there are not many adjustments you need to make. Maybe things are going well. Maybe you're doing things well. You don't need to change anything. As some people say, if it's not broke, don't change it. Don't fix it. Maybe things are going well. Maybe you don't have to make an adjustment. Maybe the plan is working well. Every time you go into the locker room at halftime doesn't mean you have to make an adjustment. The coach can just say, let's stick with the game plan. Keep doing what you're doing. It's working fine. Don't let up. Sometimes, however, you do have to tell the players, we got to make some changes. I'm gonna change the lineup. I'm gonna bring certain people in. I'm gonna put someone else in at quarterback. I'm gonna put someone else in at point guard. I'm gonna bring someone off the bench. I'm gonna shift things up. We're gonna change our defense. We're going from man to man to zone coverage. We're gonna change our offensive plays. We're gonna put some new plays in. Sometimes you do need to make adjustments, and when you make that adjustments, things do change for you in the remaining part of the year. So we're calling this mid-year adjustments. Take inventory of where you are, your plans, what you're believing for, and where you want to be by the end of the year, so that when you come to the end of the year, you're not frustrated and just looking for another year. Just hopefully, people rejoice sometimes in the new year because they just said the previous year was so bad. I'm just thinking it's another year. I have another chance. No, we don't want to finish like that. Want to finish strong. Want to finish in victory. Want to finish with goals and success and new levels and new breakthroughs and new things. And then believe God for something new for the next year. Keep growing, keep moving, keep increasing. Sometimes you have to downsize in the making adjustment. You have to, sometimes you have to increase, but sometimes you have to downsize. You have to let things go. Sometimes companies have to make adjustments. They have to fire people or lay people off or make adjustments in their business model or make adjustments in their payroll because the finances are not coming in. So they have to make some adjustments and financially, because if they continue the way they're going, they're going to end up bankrupt. So sometimes you have to downsize. There's nothing wrong with that. But ask God for wisdom. Lord, what do I do at the middle of the year? Again, there may not be much to change. And I'm not saying that everyone's having a bad year. I don't know what you're dealing with. But I know that sometimes, because things happen unexpectedly in the year, that sometimes there can be setbacks, there can be delays, there can be frustration, and you just sit around saying, well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Sometimes what you're doing is not working. It's just not working, and you're just hoping it's going to work. As someone has said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over that's not working and hoping things will change. But sometimes things don't change if you're doing the same thing over and over. Sometimes you need to make a change. One relationship, one scheduling difference, one renewed focus can change your entire life. So I want to encourage you in the middle to believe God that as you get ready to go into the month of July, the second half of 2023, that things are going to continue to prosper for you, that you're moving into new things, that you're believing God for something fresh, something new. It's a new season. You're coming into the 7th month. God is going to perfect some things, complete some things, fulfill some things for you in this month, in this midpoint of the year. And you will not lose in the middle. You will not faint in the middle. Maybe you're in the middle of a storm. Maybe you're in the middle of a challenge. Where Jesus said, I'm in the midst. That word midst also means middle. Where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I'm in the midst. I'm right there in the middle. So Jesus is with you in the midst of the storm. So no matter how it looks, believe Jesus is with you. You're in the middle of it, and you're not going to stay in that storm, that challenge, whatever it is, forever. You're going to come out of it. But sometimes in the middle of the storm, it's when it's the darkest, when the winds are blowing, when the waves are crashing, and it seems like there's no way out. But that storm is not going to last forever. That warfare is not going to last forever. That battle is not going to last forever. You're going to come out of it, and you're going to see brighter days, and the dawn is going to come. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. The sun always rises. The morning always comes. The dawn always comes. The sun always breaks through the clouds eventually. And I decree light, favor, blessing, prosperity will come upon your life as you get ready for a new month and a new season. We blow the trumpet. We prophesy. We've been prophesying and decreeing. Don't forget, tonight on this page, Sandy Norman will be praying at midnight for the new month. She does it every midnight at the beginning of the month. She prays for the new month. So join us on this page at 12 midnight Central Standard Time for Sandy Norman praying in the new month, praying for the month of July. We've been decreeing and prophesying already and speaking it, but she's going to be praying tonight at midnight on this page. So tune it in. That's 12 midnight Central Standard Time. Well, I'm going to just release that word to you, and by next week, we'll be in the new month. And of course, next week is a holiday week too, the 4th of July. So we have a holiday, and there's a lot going on. Don't forget, July 6th and 7th, register for the Confronting and Destroying, Exposing and Destroying Jezebel webinar. That's July 6th and 7th. And that is on my Facebook page where you can register for that. I'll put it up again, the advertisement for that. Some of you have already registered, but sometimes people wait till they get closer to the date. Well, it's just next week, 6th and 7th. We'll be teaching on Jezebel, witchcraft, idolatry, whoredom, perversion, all the spirits that are linked with Jezebel, and looking forward to that. It is by registration only, so please consider registering and being a part of that webinar, Exposing and Destroying the Spirit of Jezebel. All right, I'm going to let you go. Those on Facebook Live, see you Monday morning, same time, 9:15 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to continue the discussion in Clubhouse. And as always, any parting until you hear from me again, God bless you and double shalom. God bless.